and I know that you talk a lot to people about money and relationships with money. What would be your top tips for people around how they can be on top of their mindset to make better decisions around their finances?
I suppose the first thing would be to really just evaluate where they are. Are they happy with where they're at financially? Do they have investments? Do they have savings? Is their super on track? Like all of those things. And I mean, God, I'm talking to, the guy that knows all of this stuff inside and out, but are they happy? Yes or no? It's a really simple black and white, answer to that. And if they're not happy, what's been holding them back, and how have they found that they're in the same position that maybe they've been in for the last 10 years and they keep spinning their wheels. And so once they've looked at that, then I just take them through a really short exercise and we start to identify some of their money beliefs. And sometimes that's their parents' beliefs that they've taken on board. There's a whole host of ways, like the earliest money memory that they've got will sometimes be a traumatic memory. Other times it could be a great memory, but yeah, it's very interesting work.
Yeah, there's so much generational stuff, I think, that impacts, especially for people. A lot of the people we work with are sort of like 30s and 40s, and their parents, they grew up in the Great Depression, where it's like that real scarcity mentality and the war and stuff. And then that filters down to their parents, and then that filters down to them. But the world is so different now that a lot of those things don't apply. So it's funny that we either, when we meet people that are helping them, or you meet someone that's actually doing quite well, and it's often a bit of a journey that they've gone on to say, well, actually, I had to shift my thinking or my approach so that I could make these decisions that were consistent with what was actually important to me, instead of just what gets drilled into us without us even sometimes realizing it.
It's so true. I had to do that, through my going from a solo massage therapist and being in that healing, sort of industry. It's very much a scarcity mindset. And, you can't earn money if you are helping and healing people. It's like wrong to do that. It's like this underlying thing that just ends up being in that industry. And I'm sure, similar to the arts, where it's the starving artist. So very aligned in that sense. And I had to work so hard to get through that and overcome it and find a way that I really was able to live my values and know that what I was doing was worthwhile, that it was, good value for what I was charging. I gave a great service, and not listen to all the stories and the noise of maybe some other massage therapists that hadn't done the work, because they were just really harsh if I listened to what they were saying. Like, you're ripping people off, how dare you, you can't charge that much, rah, rah, rah. It wasn't even that much, but to them it was.
Yeah. So I think it applies in a lot of industries as well. I know we do a lot of work with tech workers, and for them you've got all the armchair economists around the water cooler, or the virtual water cooler these days, with all the COVID stuff kicking off, and they're all talking about, you're crazy to sell your shares, or you shouldn't sell your shares, or like whatever the things are. But sometimes it's this collective beliefs that maybe there's not really that many people that actually believe it, or that would have believed it, but it's just because everybody's talking about it. It's like it sets this weird sort of expectation or sort of status quo that then you feel like you're up against it. And then I think that there's another layer that no one wants to do something dumb and make a bad decision that ends up costing them money. And then you get the self-talk, and then it's like this crazy sort of cycle that it's probably inconsistent with trying to set yourself up for